Hi, my name is Mike. Along with my wife Avril, we moved into this little bungalow in Newport in 2018. Although we love the position of it, we always knew it would be too small for us. It's only got one bedroom. So it was my intention to build an extension to the side to just about double the size of the bungalow. Here's roughly what I proposed. So the first job that I really have to do is, as you get towards the back of the bungalow here, you can see it rising all the way. So the first thing I have to do is to build a retaining wall so that I can reduce the level of the ground. This will retain the soil behind it. Quite a lot of work, as you can see. Also it was very wet when I was doing this. Not the best of jobs, but there you go. It's a job that had to be done, and this had to be done before I could really start on any of the work. And now I've got it concreted. I can get the block work started. Again, quite a bit of work. It's all the blocks have to be barrowed in from the front of the house. And when I was doing it, it was a pretty wet and miserable January. So the first job I've got to do is to dig up all this ground, clear all the site, take the garage down, right back to that retaining wall that I built earlier. All this has got to go. I've got to reduce the ground levels by about 18 inches or more, nearly 2 foot in fact. So I've got a lot of soil to come out. I reckon probably in excess of 50 to 60 tons I've got to shift. And I'm going to try and do this by hand first of all. I could get a machine in here, but it just puts me under a lot of pressure to do it. So I've made a trial hole just to give an indication of where we're going here. I need to dig down about another 6 inches deeper than this. We'll be digging and excavating the site out ready for to clear it basically, so that I can get the foundation started. So here goes. Kind of finished. I probably moved 4 cubic yards of soil to the garden area and filled one 6 cubic yard skip as well, so about 10 cubic yards in all. Nearly 1.5 tons in weight to a cubic yard. I've already shifted about 15 tons, got a long way to go yet. Although it's very early on in the project, I thought I'd have a chat about the cost involved. Even before starting a project like this, as it may be helpful to others starting a decent sized extension. The first thing I have to do is to employ an architectural technician to draw up the plans and submit for planning. The cost of this was £550, and in addition there was a £45 fee for a copy of the Ordnance Survey map, and then a fee payable to the council of another £172. Once I got the planning permission, that took about 2 months, I then gave the go-ahead for further detailed plans to be submitted for building control. This is for the inspections. The cost of the plans was another £395 plus £216 in council fees. There was one unexpected cost that I hadn't really considered. Because I need steel girders to support the roof, I had to have a structural engineer to provide extra drawings and calculations. And the total of that comes to £504. At the moment I'm still waiting for final approval from the building control, but all the plans have been submitted, so I'm allowed to start work. When they do come through, which will probably be in the next week, I shall have to make another final payment to the council of £300, which is payable on the first inspection. So as you can see, it's not an insubstantial amount, even before you start work.
Now that all the concrete's in, it's time to start setting out for the block work. The wall construction is a 100mm dense concrete block, inner and outer skins beneath ground level, with a 100mm cavity. This is to allow for 50mm of insulation and still leaving it 50mm cavity when it's finished. The blocks are pretty heavy and dense and not easy to cut. So as I said before, it pays to spend some time sorting out the levels. Here you can see I've got 2 courses high, which exactly comes to the level of the damp course. Otherwise I'd end up cutting some of the bricks. I'd either have to cut them with a hammer and bolster or a disc cutter, but both is quite hard work. Here you can see on the outer skin of the long wall, I've laid the blocks on the flat to in effect give a double width to retain the soil of the path that's above it. As the path rises, the ground at the other end is maybe up to 2 or 3 foot higher than the ground level on the inside. So it has to be held back. Time now to start bricklaying and block laying. Here you can see the 2-inch insulation, or 50mm rather, being inserted as I go along, and also the vertical DPC. This is to stop the damp from coming from where the path is higher than the internal. I've put a temporary frame up here, as you can see, for the bifold doors. Obviously, this is going to be the exact size, allowing another 10mm for gap for later on. The matching exists in the brickwork goes to about 3 foot high, and from there on it's all going to be lightweight insulation blocks inside and out. This area is going to be the where the TV is going. The TV is going to go up on the wall where that wire is coming down. All the ceiling's been insulated. There's about 300 millimeters thick of insulation up here, and you can see the wires coming through the ceiling there. That's where the downlighters are going to be in the kitchen area. So we're going to have downlighters for lighting in the kitchen area, but in the living area here, we're going to have just table lamps and there's going to be one wall lamp up there, just in the middle where the wire again is poking out through the wall. We may have a standard lamp as well, I don't know yet. But there'll be no ceiling lights hanging down. Bifold doors, as you can see, they open completely up to the right hand side. Here I'm laying 4-inch or 100mm insulation over the whole of the floor, taping the joints and then covering it with a thin PVC for a vapor barrier. And then we put the pipework down for the underfloor heating. This is something I really encourage anyone to do. It really has worked out well. It gives a lovely even heat over the whole of the room. Now, as promised, a walkthrough of the complete job. This is looking on the side elevation with a double pitch roof. It had to be a double pitch roof because it had to match the height of the existing roof. Otherwise, if it had been single, it would have been far too high. So walking down to the side, round to the front of the house, here you can see the new roof on the existing as well. Coming up to our front door. The room is now complete, as you can see, with the kitchen area to start with, the dining area and the living room. This fridge freezer we just put in, so all nice and all complete. Walking around, this is the alcove where the bay window was, and a new door here on the left hand side which now leads into our main bedroom. I've renewed the floor and put in fitted wardrobes here as well and painted it, but apart from that, that was about it for that room. Another look around the living room area and the kitchen from a different angle. So walking forward into the alcove here on the right hand side. This was a bathroom originally with a window. Now, of course, I've taken the window out. I've taken the bath out and put in a shower. We only ever use showers. We don't use the bath, so it's pointless having one. The recess where the mirror was where the window was in actual fact. Turning around and coming into what was the hallway and now been extended into a double bedroom. As you can see, there's plenty of room here for a double bed, little TV on the wall, an area to hold a kettle, etc. And then walking around, what was the original kitchen, and with the back door has now been sealed up. This is now an ensuite bathroom leading off the room, and the combi boiler's in this cupboard, which supplies all the hot water. So back out into the room again. So we leave this room, as I say, through the alcove that originally was the bay window at the back, on the side rather, and turning left out through the bifold doors. It's a really lovely sunny area here on this patio, and we now have barbecues out here, sitting out here, have our lunch. It's a really nice place to stop. Brought runner beans at the end there, loads of flowers in the garden now. This garden was a real mess when we moved in here, but it's all cleared out now. So walking up through the summer house, I've also decorated the whole of the outside of the summer house, renewed some of the glass, and also re-roofed it. It was in a pretty poor state. Turning around into the garden, which, as I said, was completely overgrown. We got a garden seat here. There's our cat. We got a garden seat here overlooking the pond that I built. We got 3 or 4 goldfish, but really I'm hoping it's going to be turning into a wildlife pond. I'd like some toads and frogs, and newts, etc. in there. It'd be nice. I've also put in a waterfall, which you can hear running in the background. And this leads up to another patio area that I've built, decking area with some seating. This gets the sunshine late afternoon. I'm really pleased with the whole job.